Hey, what's going on everybody? Servo here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to teach you guys how to make some gold in Dreamlight Valley. I get asked the questions a lot. How do I have so much gold? Especially on reset day when we get new items and then I end up buying like 10 of each new item. And there's actually multiple ways to get a lot of gold in this game. That's actually the great thing about Dreamlight Valley. There's not like the one way that everybody just has to do to get tons of gold. You can do different methods for like fishing, time bending. There's even one that will literally give you an unlimited amount, and it's going to be at the first tip that we're going to go over. But before we do that, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, I would super appreciate it. We're about to close out the year here with close to 55,000 subscribers, which is massive. So thank you guys so much for that. Let's jump right into the video. Now, I've been seeing a lot of posts about people that just got this game for Christmas, which is really awesome. And it's another reason I wanted to make this video. So I'm going to show you the OG way to make money when you first start out. And that is by making souffles. This will literally give you unlimited money as long as you already have some to buy ingredients. So once you come here to Remy's shop and you have this unlocked, what you need to do is buy as much cheese, milk, eggs and butter that you possibly can. Don't worry about your money, just save up, 20,000, 50,000, whatever you can get your hands on, and then just mass purchase these 4 items in equal amounts, as much as you possibly can. After that, you're going to go to your appetizers, and we are going to be cooking souffles. So you just have to put one of each of these ingredients in here, and then you cook it. So make sure you turn the skip results screen off at down here. Or actually, yeah, turn it off. That way you don't have to see that little animation. You can just hit autofill, cook this, autofill, cook this. So the great thing about souffles is they actually sell for a lot of money. So they sell for 1,230, but it only cost you 820 to purchase those 4 ingredients. So you're making a profit on every single souffle that you purchase. And it's just the matter of actually spending some time. But with that skip results screen turned off, you can get this done very quickly. So if you just dedicated like 1 hour of your day to actually making these, you'll be able to make a huge amount of profit, especially as a new player. So that would be my recommendation for what you should do when you first get the game. Now you will run into the issue of needing coal. For that, you are going to have to go through the quest line and at least get up to the point where you unlock Kristoff's stall, because from there you can purchase unlimited coal. So this is Kristoff's stall over here, so you would have to purchase some of this, but you can buy 99 of them for only 500, so that's practically free. You could just go mine 2 gems or even sometimes 1 gem and sell that and get a whole stack of 99. To do Kristoff's quest line to get this actual stall, you would have to unlock even Maui and do Maui's quest all the way up to the point where you can finish Kristoff, but it's still very easy. Now, another great way to make literally tons and tons of money is if you had a fishing buddy or multiple fishing buddies, because the more characters that you have as fishing, it increases the drop rate that you'll get like a duplicate item. So you would come over here and fish outside of fishing ripples. You don't need an elixir or anything like that. And what you're trying to get is here or there fish. Now, they're the little blob fish. You might even get that little explosion if you have your yellow sugar bar rush up. But the only way to be able to get this fish to actually drop is from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. or 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So you're not going to get it every time. You may get seaweed, or you may end up getting the here or there fish. This one right here is what you're looking for. So that fish actually sells for 2,000. So if you spend just a few minutes and you get 5 of these, that would be 10,000 gold. That easy. So you would be able to purchase so much stuff. Even like whenever you unlock Daisy, her house is like 20,000, which is actually insane. So it would be really cool to be able to just fish this up for like 30 minutes to unlock like a new house or some of the new stuff. Now, I will warn you, to get the here or there fish to actually spawn, you have to level up a Nala to max level and finish your quest until you get to the point where she actually wants you to go get one of these fish. After you do that, you'll be able to do this. So this is why this is tip number 2. It's like a mid-game type of way of getting some money. Now I have two more incredible methods. One of them is on Storybook Vale and another one is through a different method. But before we do that, let's talk about gardening a little bit. So a while back I made this, and there are multiple different crops that you can use to make tons of money. But here's just an example. So we have pumpkins. This is like another OG way that a lot of people ended up making money. Planting a bunch of pumpkins. They cost 275 gold. You would then sell them for 664 gold. So each pumpkin that you like purchase at every seed would net you 389 gold. So that's all profit. Now, this method gardening actually takes work. The souffle one is just free and it's just cooking. The fishing one is it's free. You don't have to spend any money. You just go out and fish. This one, you're actually going to have to do a little bit of work. Now, the pineapples are exclusive to Eternity Isle, and actually a lot of the crops, especially cabbage over in Eternity Isle, it gives you a ton of gold for just 1 hour. So you could use cabbage to make a lot, or we also have pineapples over here. So pineapples will cost you 200 gold, and they sell for 532 each, and it'll be a profit of 332. So these two are pretty closely to the same. The pumpkins do take 4 hours to actually harvest. The pineapples only take 3 hours, but unless you're actually standing there and at the, like whenever the pineapples actually finish on the hour every single time, it's not really worth it, you know, even though you can get more per hour by doing the pumpkins. So then one thing, if you didn't know, you can actually combine ingredients to make a higher profit. So let's go back over here to the pumpkins. You can make pumpkin puffs. So the ingredients would be 1 pumpkin, 1 egg, and 1 cheese. The total for these would be 675 gold. I could sell that pumpkin puff ingredient, like that dish, for 1489. So then every time I did that, I would get a profit of 814. So you would literally just take these two ingredients that you could purchase for free and then throw in the pumpkin, but you actually have to go through the effort of cooking a dish. Now, if you have Eternity Isle, you could use the ancient cooker and set these up and get it done even faster. Now, remember, the more pumpkins you add to each of these dish, the more you're actually going to make. So, for example, this veggie pumpkin platter, you just throw 3 pumpkins in the cooker, and it's going to cost the 825 that you could have got from selling these 3. You sell them for 2,787. You would get a profit of 1,962. But if I had 5 pumpkins instead, the profit for this one single dish would actually be over 4,000. So you guys feel free to screenshot this if you want. Just a little guide. This isn't like exactly the best way, but it's definitely one up there, and this will be a great guide if you have, you know, these different ingredients. So for example, the pineapple soft serve over here, you just need the 1 pumpkin, and you can actually purchase the slushed ice directly from Remy, and that would give you a profit of 536 over here. And then you can make like the Hawaiian pizza, the sweet and sour stir fry if you have these ingredients. The pumpkin side is a little bit easier, but yeah, these are some great dishes and some great ways to actually make a lot of money. Another great way is actually okra over here. So you see it says it takes 2 hours to grow over in the Glade of Trust. And every time you harvest it, it'll give you 3 okra. Now, if you actually talk to Scrooge and you pay attention to his daily discussion, he pretty much tells you that okra is a cash crop. And that's because you only have to water it the one time. And then that's it. Then you can harvest with a buddy. And then you can just go ahead and sell this and make a huge amount of profit. Because each okra, for just the 2 hours it takes, will sell for 114 each. So okra is another good crop that you don't really have to sit there and babysit very much. Now you may be wondering, what if I own Storybook Vale? Since the Eternity Isle crops are so amazing, is there any dishes over in Storybook Vale that is pretty good? Not really. The crops over there are actually terrible when it comes to profit. But there is this lightning bolt dish over here that you see at the bottom. It says it sells for 5,000 or more. And you also get max 5,000 energy. So this thing is really cool. You are going to need one of the like mud skipper fish, one of the lamprey fish, 2 of the lightning bolts, and then any of the sweet. But again, that sells for 5,000. So the fish that you're actually looking for is this one and the mud skipper over here. These are both in like legendary fishing holes. And to actually, let's go over to Storybook Vale real quick. To get those, you would just fish like legendary fishing spots over here in Mythopia, and then you would get the lamprey fishing over here in Ever After. I like to just fish through this river. So if you did have some extra elixirs, you could do that. And every time you get those fish, you could end up cooking it. So if you took those ingredients plus the 2 lightning bolts, it would cost, well, not really cost because it's free. You just have to put the work in. But if you were to sell those ingredients separately, it would be like around 3,200. But if you go and actually cook it, it'll sell for 5,000 for the whole play. So that's another thing you could do if you prefer playing over here in Storybook Vale. Now, my last tip that I have for you is super endgame. If you do manage to get a bunch of time benders, I'm talking 20 plus time benders, then you really are in the money. So you could get up to 1,000,000 gold or close to 1,000,000 every single hour. So I ended up having like 30 time benders in my valley, and every time I would go time bend, you could get treasure pieces. So ancient cores are like the best thing. They sell for tons of money, especially if you can get ancient core level 3 to actually drop. You can end up duplicating and getting around 20 each time you actually be able to do a time bending. So whenever you get ancient cores, if you have that many time benders, like around 20 or so will actually pop out, and then you can sell those and sell all your treasures. So I would go, one way I would get a lot of money is I would have that many time benders. I would go time bend for about an hour, and I would sell everything, and I would get like 800,000 to 1,000,000 gold for an hour of grinding, which is actually crazy. I mean, 1,000,000 gold will actually last you a while. So if you did this every once in a while, you would literally never run out. Or you could combine this method, you know, spend an hour on this day, maybe once per week or a couple times per week, pair it up with some gardening, and you can literally have millions. So that is some of the best ways in the game that you can actually get gold. I hope this video helped you out a lot. Again, you would really have to get down and crunch the numbers to find the absolute best, but who really wants to do that when you can just have, you know, multiple methods of doing stuff that you enjoy rather than focusing on one thing. So if you like fishing, we got that method. If you like gardening, you got the pumpkin or pineapple method. If you like time bending, you could grind out those time bending manuals, go to a treasure valley, ask in some trading things. There's lots of time bending manuals people like to give out and give away. You could do the time bending method if you wanted. You could go back and do the souffle method if you really wanted to. But anyways, just want to give you guys a quick recap of some ways to make money as we're heading into 2025 and kind of let this be a 2025 gold method. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have the best day, and I'll see you in the next one.